Jim here from Beluga Boy. This video covers the Guitar Amigo MIDI sequencer basics. You'll learn how to configure it and how to load and play MIDI files. We'll also touch on its MIDI file editing features. First, we need to configure the output device that our MIDI sequencer will use. You can select any hardware-based MIDI device connected to your PC or any software-based synth. In this instance, I have selected CoolSoft's Virtual MIDI Synth, which is a top-notch free software synth. You also need to specify the device type, which should almost always be set to General MIDI 2. Next, we need to configure the MIDI metronome. The metronome can be sent to any of Guitar Amigo's MIDI out devices. Here we send it to the sequencer out device. We can also change the MIDI channel that the metronome uses, its volume, and its patch. Here we choose a cowbell. The MIDI sequencer panel allows you to create new MIDI sequences or load existing ones from the file system. Once loaded, you can play them back in a variety of ways. MIDI sequence recording and editing facilities are also provided. The metronome can be used by itself as a practice tool to help you maintain your beat. To use it this way, create a new empty MIDI sequence, check Tempo Overrides file, set the tempo that you want to practice at, make sure loop is checked, then start MIDI sequence playback. You can request an optional count-in, and you can also ask for the beat to be sounded throughout playback. A separate amplifier-based metronome with visual feedback may also be used. You can't hear it in this demo because my audio interface is not being picked up by the video recording software I'm using. The MIDI sequencer can play any pre-recorded MIDI sequence. To do so, load the MIDI sequence from the file system. If you want to change the tempo, check Overrides File Tempo and change the tempo to whatever you want. Then press play. You can also view playback on Guitar Amigo's virtual guitar and keyboard displays. Guitar Amigo provides a number of options that can be used to adjust how the performance is displayed on its virtual guitar. If the performance was originally recorded using a guitar synth, it will be displayed in the exact manner it was played. mixer panel allows you to override the MIDI sequence's channel patches or instrument selections, and their volume, panning, and audio effects settings. For this demo, we only use it to select the instruments for viewing on the virtual guitar and keyboard displays. Notice that the entire performance was displayed on the keyboard mixer's mini keyboards, and that I was able to change the MIDI channel being displayed on the virtual guitar by clicking on the mini keyboard displays. This panel allows you to record MIDI and/or audio performances. You can record tracks from scratch and/or perform punch-in recordings to fix tracks that have been recorded already. Many track-level edit functions are provided, including section copy and paste operations. Piano roll, drum track, and MIDI event level editors are also provided. That's it. Until next time, this is Jim at Beluga Boy saying happy trails.